Hey everyone, this is Gary with Easy Go Junk Removal, man. Taking it easy on a beautiful Sunday, but hot Sunday. And I just wanted to go through an idea that I had. I've been watching a lot of boxing, and it's from one of those sites that says, you know, the loneliest place, loneliest sport on earth. And it got me thinking about, you know, the junk removal business, or actually any other business in the world, really. And that is, when it comes right down to it, owning your own business is one of the loneliest things that you'll ever do. Now, you may have a business partner, but the drive is going to, and the success is going to solely depend on the effort that you put in. And sometimes, no matter how great you are, such as like George Foreman knocking out Joe Frazier, knocking out Ken Norton, and getting knocked out by Muhammad Ali, no matter how much pressure, no matter how much preparation you put on and put into something, it doesn't always work out. But like those boxers or any other sport, it depends on whether or not you get up. What is the Rocky Balboa? You know, it's not how hard you can take a hit. It's whether or not you get back up. And that's the thing. So many entrepreneurs and so many, I call them Wantrepeneurs, because, you know, they want to be in business for themselves. They want all the glory, and they want all the money, and they want all the accolades, right? But when life comes and knocks them out, they quit. They don't go in, have another match to climb back up that ladder of, okay, man, I'm gonna climb back into that number one position and get a second chance. And that has happened several times. You look at Roberto Duran and Leonard. You know, hey, one fight goes Duran's way, the other fight goes Leonard's way. But if Leonard quit, guess what? He would have never known. He would have never known that absolute ecstasy of beating an opponent that had beaten him, and soundly at that. And so it is the same way with entrepreneurs. And be an entrepreneur, not a wantrepreneur. And the reality is this: it is lonely, because, you know, there's the part where you're out doing the customers and, you know, doing the jobs, making sure they're taken care of. And then there's that quiet in the night, tweaking this, tweaking that on your Google page, tweaking this, tweaking that on your website, getting back to people. I can't tell you how many people that call us and they turn around and they say, oh my God, thank you for calling us back. Oh my God, because nobody calls back. And I had one thing happen to me yesterday, which was the first. And that is, the guy goes, man, he called me. And he goes, hey, I'm looking for this, that, and that. So I called him back. I was on a job and I missed the call. And I called him back. And he goes, man, I've got so many things. I just can't deal with another one. All you guys have called me back. And I just basically told him, that's cool, no problem. It sounds like you have it handled. Let me just leave you with this. If you need a hand and things don't work out, give me a call. My name's Gary with Easy Go Junk Removal. And he said, man, thanks. Now, I'm not going to get that job. The whole point is, I'm not going to stress about it either. It's off my plate. It's completely off my plate, and I'm waiting for the next call, right? And so it is lonely. It is the loneliest place on earth, if you think about it, man. You're making all the decisions. You know, when you work for somebody else is making the decisions, and the orders roll downhill, right? Nothing rolls uphill, that's for sure, unless you got a great idea and they take it. But as far as orders go, they all come from downhill. When you're working for yourself, they all come from within. And sometimes you make the worst decisions on the planet, and you can't let those things affect you negatively. And what I mean by that, they're going to affect you negatively as far as money goes. But if you don't look at it like, okay, lesson learned, how do I never do something like that again, and turn it into something positive? What's the old saying, man? When life gives you lemonades, lemons make lemonades, right? So grained in my head that that's I just make lemonades, man. But and yesterday we ran into a situation that I don't think we've ever run into before, and we're dealing with it, and that is she didn't pay. She said that she didn't get the money, etc., and she let us work through the day. So I can look at that and go, oh crap, man. I'm just going to look at it very positive, and I'm going to get my money. I've already scoped out her property, and I know there's 2 trailers there, and I'll just say sign those over. And that is the way I do business. And you can't let these things just destroy you. I think every now and then, and I don't get there very often anymore, because it's very negative. I'm tired of hearing how, hey guys, what would you charge? Okay, number one, if you haven't figured that out yet, that's the first thing I figured out. I have several mentors, and they all told me the same thing. I can't give you my numbers. They're not real to you. You have to figure out what is real in your world. Sonoma Strong, he never did tell me what he gets per load. And the reason is because it has nothing to do with what I'm getting for a load. I had to call and do due diligence in finding what the ranges were. I didn't want to be, anything for a buck guy. And, I can beat the big guys all day long and still make more money. I don't have franchise fees. I don't have employees fees. I don't have any of that. So I found my sweet spot. And when I go on these Facebook pages and people are going, how much would you charge? How much would you charge? 2 things really bother me. One is the question, and then the other one is the answers. The answers are sometimes rude, obnoxious, or I'd charge $3,500 all day. And they're serious. I'm not talking about the joke ones that are saying, $3 million. Those guys are just, they're having fun with life and whatever. But I'm talking about the guys who think this job just pays oodles and oodles and oodles of money every time you go out. There are days that I go out and I make $300 a day. That's the reality. And that's 2 jobs. Okay? And then there are days that I've made $2,500 a day. And somewhere in the middle is where I want to be every day. And I can't expect, first of all, I'm an old man, so I'm not going to make $2,500 every day unless I have a hell of a crew, and I don't right now. It's just me and Joe. And so the reality is, for me, is the sweet spot is somewhere in the middle, man. If I can make $1,000 a day, which I'm not, by the way, I'm not there yet, but we're getting there a little closer every day. That's about $250,000 a year. And I find that is a sweet spot. Am I going to be the number 1 largest company in this Pima County, Tucson area? No, and I don't want to be. I only have so many years left on me, man. I'm 64 years old in September, and the reality is I might work until I'm 70. I haven't even decided. But when this doesn't become fun anymore, I'm gonna back out. It's just I'm at that age now. I have a friend up in Phoenix. I won't mention his name. I love his plan. Actually, I got a couple people up there that are what I consider friends / mentors / confidants. We can talk numbers and stuff, and they have a great plan. But he's 42 years old, and he's like at the prime of his friggin' life, and I love it. Because he's at a different stage, his plans are different. And it's the same thing with when you own your own business. Know your realities. Know your capability. Number one, know your capabilities. Know what you're capable. Then understand what you have as resources. And I'm talking people. I have put many people. I consider Matt and Joe a resource up in Sonoma Strong. Joseph Martinez up in Virginia, resources. My friends up in, I have a lot in Arizona. One up in Prescott, a couple in 3 in Phoenix, etc. You want to surround yourself with people that are doing well, and they have a different way of doing business than you. So they bring something to the table. And you're not just taking all the time, you're also giving. And that's the beautiful thing. And the coolest thing about it is neither one of them, any of them, are my competition, which kind of clears the table, that too. But even then, if you look at it as peers versus competition, life changes real fast. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you, I was watching all these boxing, and I mean, I go way back. I love the old boxing, Jersey Joe Walcott and all that kind of stuff, and these unbelievable Joe Louis fighters, Rocky Marciano, Graciano, all these guys. And it just hit me when I'm reading, the loneliest place, on earth is, you and me, mano y mano. And if you look at business like that, it is the loneliest place, because you're stuck making all the decisions. You are responsible for everything that is being done with your company. And at the same time, the reward is perhaps the greatest reward. We get belts when we win, man. We do, and it is really a cool way of looking at it. Anyway, this is Gary with Easy Go Junk Removal. I just wanted to share that thought with you guys. I hope you guys are doing well. We're doing well. We're still growing, and we still have a lot to. We have a long way to get there. And I just talked to one guy the other day. He's getting a second truck, and I'm really happy for him. And we're texting him, and I'm really happy for him, because that's growth. And that's the other thing, real quick, guys. Don't get jealous of other people's successes. Actually, take the time and celebrate with them. They've gone through things that you haven't gone through. They've had their ups and downs, and when people succeed, go ahead and stand up and applaud a little bit. Tell them you're proud of them. Tell them that you're happy for them. Well done. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys. Gary with Easy Go Junk Removal here in Tucson, serving all of Pima County. Take care.